All right, so welcome back to this week's market review. We'll quickly run through what we had last week and what to expect for the week. So last week, Fractal OF was bullish. All our instruments were bullish on the USD, and we were expecting price to come take out this low and then give us reasons to buy. Unfortunately, that did not really happen as we planned, and we took some losses right here. Right. So it's basically one of those things. Uh, October and November weren't the best of months with regards to our trading style. So we are hoping that December, even though December tends to be a bit of a slow month, it's hoping that we get a turnaround this month. All right. So what do we expect for the week? So if we look at charts, you can see we had an ATR bust last week, right? We had an ATR bust in the downside last week. And if you can recall from previous videos, anytime we have an ATR bust to the downside, we're basically looking for opportunities to buy the following week, right? So again, worthy of note is that the Fractal OF also changed on Friday, right? Fractal OF also changed. So we broke this to the downside right here. All right, we close to the downside, which turns our Fractal OF bearish. So, but because we have an ATR bust, it overrides those bias of a sell until Thursday, right? So we are not going to be looking for a sell until Thursday, right? So we're expecting that primarily this week we are going to see a correction of this move. However, I still need to mention that the volume trend remains bullish on the USD. The volume trend remains bullish on the USD. So we'll see how that builds up over the coming days. All right, let's get back to our baskets. All right, so if we are going to be looking to buy the USD of the weekly, we are going to be expecting it to come down, create a fractal low, and then give us reasons to buy, right? So that is basically what we are going to be waiting for. On the other hand, from Thursday, if this fractal high is taken, right, and we're creating the high of the week, then we're also going to be looking for opportunities to sell. So it's really that simple. It's either price comes down, gives us a fractal low, something like this, right? Gives us a fractal low that is also the low of the week, right? So it has to come down, take this current low of the week out, and then give us a new fractal low, and then price will then come and take out that fractal low, right? So that is basically what we are going to be waiting for to see for us to begin to look for buys. On the other hand, if by Thursday we see price come take out this fractal high, and then is also creating the high of the week, right? Then we are going to be looking for opportunities to sell. Now, because we have an ATR bust this week, we are not going to be looking at our intraday models. So any week where we have an ATR bust, we basically ignore our intraday models, right? So that's basically how we are going to be looking to play this. So let's get into the economic calendar, which is quite interesting. All right. So yesterday we had the ISM manufacturing PMI, which although it was better than forecasts, is still in contraction territory. Anything below 50 is still contraction territory, which is not the best, but again still better than expected and forecasts. All right. So for today, the only major news in focus is the JOLTS job openings, which is due to come in around 4 p.m. Right. Um, then we have ADP tomorrow, Wednesday. Key things we are going to be looking out for the ADP non-farm employment change, right? Um, we're going to be watching this as a precursor to NFP, and then we're also going to have the ISM services PMI. Of course, the ECB president will be speaking. Anytime any of them is speaking, to still do a whole lot. So we're going to have the BOE governor speak, the ECB president speaking, and Fed Chair Powell is also going to be talking as well. So that's good. Move the markets, right? But on Thursday, we have the usual unemployment claims. Right, we have the usual unemployment claims. And personally, I'm going to be watching this number very, very closely. I'm going to be watching this number very, very closely. And I'll explain why in a moment. And then on Friday, we have the key one, which is the non-farm payroll, the non-farm payroll, NFP, which is what we are going to have our eyes on. Last month, the numbers came in very low, um, even lower than my own personal forecast. Right, I expected it to come in lower, but not as low as it went. Right, and that was partly due to the effect of the hurricanes and all that we had in the U.S. All right, now for this for the month in question, all right, for Friday, the forecast is 202. Right, I personally believe it's going to come in lower than that. Right, it's going to come in lower than that. So it's going to come in lower than forecast. However, how low is it going to come in is what I don't know. So at the moment, that's why I said I'm going to be watching these unemployment claims, right, closely, to see whether that changes my bias for Friday. If it does, I'm going to add a comment to this video um, on Thursday once this data is out. But at the moment, the way things currently stand, I'm expecting the peak to come in lower than expected, which is why um, I'm hoping we are done with we are buying the USD. I hope we are done buying the USD by then. I will hit our targets because we could then see uh, a situation where dollar turns bearish or turns weak, even if momentarily will come to the downside. So I'll be hoping that maybe on Thursday or that Friday, we would have gotten a reason to sell of the fractal OF, which would then line up with um, both the bond yields and uh, the expectation I have from NFP. Right. Of course, I could be wrong, but I think that's what the data that has been coming in over the last couple of weeks point to. So that is going to be that about this week's market review. We are basically looking for opportunities to buy the USD, and then from Thursday as well, we'll be looking for opportunities to sell the USD as well. So see how the week pans out. So the Black Friday sales is over. Um, and that is basically that. The FXP also is almost full. I think there's just one slot left in the FXP. So if you want to be the one to pick up that slot, you know what to do. So enjoy the rest of your week.